Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we had our murder victims for Chapter 3, Ibuki and Hiyoko. In this episode, we will begin our investigation into their deaths in an attempt to find the murderous son of a bitch that did this. This one's got me really, admittedly, this one's got me really upset because my mind, considering the circumstances of what we've seen and what we know at this point, my mind immediately goes to someone convinced Ibuki to commit suicide. And it's really frustrating because of the vulnerable state she was in and her general carefree, happy attitude. To be able to do that to someone like that makes you truly heartless. I don't think the term blackened has ever been more appropriate through these games, at least in my opinion. But I'm also very conflicted about it because of the characters who had access and the opportunity to do it. I don't want any one of them to be the ones. Because offhand, the ones who seem to be the most... the characters who seem to have the most opportunity are Sonia, Chiaki, Gundam, Kazuichi, and Mikan. Gundam's too fun. Kaz at this point is kind of like a bro. And Sonia, Chiaki, they're kind of our last leaders almost. And Mikan's too sweet. So on one hand, I hate whoever did this. On the other hand, of those who are available, I don't want any of them to be the murderer. It's terrible. I hate it. Anyway, sorry for the long intro. Let's go ahead and get started on our investigation. We'll just start with testimonials and move on to actually investigating the scene. It has happened once again. Two of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it. This is the place where Ibuki sang for Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those two are no longer here. Such a tragedy. I understand how you feel. Please get a hold of yourself. Two of our friends were killed. That's all the more reason why we can't just leave this alone, right? We must do this then, for the sake of the two who have fallen. Okay, so no real testimonial from her. How about you, Gundam? Even I'm horrified of my power, of the eye of the Overlord. What the hell is that? Huh, you stupid fool! I cannot believe you haven't noticed the aberrant thing. Pitiful humans! They refuse to lift their heads up for fear of doubting the authenticity of the blue sky. Lift my head up? Does it mean that there's something up there? Really? Is there actually something on the roof? I don't really notice much of anything at this point. Oh, Mikan, you're hiding behind Sonia. What are you doing back there, girl? Well, you'll probably need some more time to do the autopsy. If only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved. Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing? After leaving Nagito's room, I went to the on-call room, and that's when it came to me. That I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing. One more time before I go to sleep. So, I went to the patient rooms and noticed Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital. So that's what happened. And then, I saw Fuyuhiko in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. Oh, that reminds me. Where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. That is a long story. I'm sorry. It's not like I doubt you or anything. There's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning. You're right. We were together until you went to the on-call room. Oh, that's right. We were together until just a little before the morning and Monokuma announcement. That's actually really hard to say because there's just the way it lays out. Morning Monokuma announcement. Okay. I get lost. So I don't doubt you. I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. So please, spare my life at least! I don't think anyone's gonna kill you right away. What happened to not doubting me? Okay. I don't know how that's gonna be useful. I guess if we get accused, maybe that might be helpful. Alright, Nagito, have you got something to say?
Oh, Gimme! This might be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Well, maybe. Depends on what you have to say. If you're gonna just start spouting more lies, I'm gonna walk away.
I heard that you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right?
How did you hear that? So what?
Can you provide me with a summary of the incident? I need to reach the truth behind this incident, for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope.
No.
Oh, why?
Don't make me repeat myself. No! This guy just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm going to tell him what he wants to know.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's disappointing.
I'm a little surprised Hajime's as selfish as he is. Maybe I'm kind of getting the... Maybe I'm kind of reading the relationship with Nagito and everyone else a little... Maybe I'm being a little nice towards it. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? Huh? Yeah. I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking. That's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. It'd probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru would definitely come back. I don't know if he's going to come back quite the same, though. He has been gone quite a while. You're right. Okay, so not a whole lot there. Fuyuhiko, you got anything else to say? I know you were kind of somewhere else.
Hey Hajime, take a look at this.
What am I looking at?
Look what's in front of the door.
Drumstick, huh? And it looks like it's broken, so there was no actual lock on the door. What happened to it?
If something like that is in front of door, you think it might really be big clue?
Why would this be a clue? Come on, man! You're not that dumb, are you?
Remember when we came to music venue? If it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through.
I wonder if that's going to be possible. Of the four of us, two of us are girls, you know?
It doesn't matter if you can do it or not, we have to try. Let's go, we're all charged at the same time. Ready, set, go!
Fuyuhiko single, we charge the door at full force, bam, it moved. Okay, yeah, here we go. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the four of us charged into the door.
But when I examined it, I found that this door doesn't have lock at all.
Huh.
The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle.
Pushed open. Okay, yeah, wait. Pushed open from the inside or pushed open from the outside? It probably doesn't make a sense. It probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but my internal knowledge says open outside for fire escape. And I mean, when they mentioned that there was no other escape other than the front door, that was setting off alarm bells in my mind for fire egress reasons. It's totally stupid, but it's just part of it's part of my knowledge base that I can't turn off.
If a stick was used to bar door here, well, don't you think it would lock door and keep it from opening?
You mean you think this drumstick was used to lock the door?
Broken drumstick on floor in front of door should be proof of that.
Then how was the killer able to get out?
Huh?
I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside.
Maybe. The killer was still inside when we broke down door to music venue. Then they waited until we were already at scene of crime to join us? You know, they don't use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff. Don't they? Damn, I missed it. I didn't realize I was quite that dyslexic when trying to read aloud. If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere. Alright, I'm definitely going to find it. I won't let the killer get away with this.
The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like you said, that might be possible, but... I heard what you two were discussing. Chiaki, that was kind of a cool entrance. Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting. What is it? Look! There's a weird glob where the right and left door touch. See? You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber. Yeah, it doesn't look like rubber, but... As she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Yum. Not the first thing I would be sticking in my mouth. I would have at least smelled it first. Why are you putting it in your mouth? Is it gum? Is it seriously gum? No. It smells like workshop chemicals. Then why didn't you smell it? Why did you stick it in your mouth? And, please tell me you're not going to... Please tell me you're going to spit that out. And this chewiness. I see. This thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of the door. What are you talking about? Some sort of adhesive, like liquid cement? 2. Thank you for spitting it out. Just as I thought. It tastes nasty. Well, that's insightful. She spat out the glob in her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? So we got some sort of adhesive, but I wonder why. I would think that the drumstick would have been enough to lock it up. That's weird. Oh, here we go. We zoomed in. Okay. Alright, Chiaki, you got anything else interesting to say? With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor there? Nothing dropped. It's just dirty. Dirty. See? Take a close look at the floor. It looks like drag marks. If you look closely, you're right, there's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. Is this a bloodstain? Oh, interesting. They used a different color for this set, huh? Usually they use the pink. Maybe they're going for a dried bloodstain, I guess? Well, a bloodstain isn't strange. Hiyoko's neck was slashed not far from here. Rather, what's strange is, why did the killer try to hide it? Hide it? If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off. The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain. As long as the body's nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a bloodstain. So what was the killer trying to hide? Well, my first thoughts as to how the crimes are committed is starting to add up strangely, admittedly. So, I guess we'll just work our way from left to right at the close-up. So we'll take a look at the rope. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. So, he's assuming that Ibuki hanged herself as well. Again, I'm probably not going to argue that quite yet. And I'm just... even just the act of witnessing the first parts of that in the last episode of her setting up to do it, that really got under my skin as well. I usually take, well, I don't take pride, but I usually don't have it affect me as much as this is for whatever reason. However they did it, they really wrote this one. They really wrote out the events of this one well.
Oh, from what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But, despite the fact this music venue is a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there?
Well, that means anybody could have obtained the rope, and it means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue.
I wonder if that's true.
Huh?
Oh, I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it? Excuse me, McCon. Do you have a moment?
Well, what's happened?
There's something I want to ask you.
One other thing that came to mind is, okay, so there were two things that I picked up when I was going back and editing the last episode. Was I noticed that he was saying something about twin Ibukis. I don't know if that has any impact, but I even told myself, I'll have to keep that in mind, and then I totally didn't keep that in mind. And then two was, I was convinced that we weren't going to find the crime scene at the music venue, and I still wonder that, because after I said that and got to rewatching and editing the episode, as much as actual editing that I do, which really doesn't amount to much generally, it came to mind that there was a conference room in the hospital that also had a blackout curtain for the conference room itself for slideshows and presentations. So I don't know if we're gonna find anything there, but it's just something that came to mind. So I may want to check out the conference room at some point in time.
There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself.
That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself.
Oh, you're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place.
Jeez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to. The rope used for hanging, huh? I wonder how that'll get used. Wow, there is a lot of stuff over here, isn't there? Well, let's just keep looking at it. It says a hemp bag, but it almost... Wait, there was a hemp bag at the theater. How did I not remember that? Until just now. Who got the hemp bag? Shoot. Did anyone get it? Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why does she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? The hemp bag. Upon further inspection, there's a monomi decal on the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag. Wow, so... Okay, I know where they got the... At this point, I think I know where they got the bag from. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki. If that's the case, this blood belongs to someone else. Okay, so I didn't vocalize it before, but one of my thoughts was the setup to the suicide that we watched in the hospital wasn't actually Ibuki hanging herself at that time. I think currently, at this point, Ibuki was present for Hiyoko's murder, and then locked the music venue and hung herself. That's the general thing. That's the general way. That's the general order of events that I think happened. We'll see as we gather more evidence. But yeah, that's pretty important.
Hey, Jimme, can I talk to you for a sec? You already discovered body before you met up with us, right?
Yeah, at first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of the hemp bag, though. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hiyoko was tied up. That helps. There's no time of death written in Monokuma file this time, so I wasn't very sure who died first.
It's true, their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time, But I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw him. Again, I think this is the killer messing with our preconceptions. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that... Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible, because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hiyoko's death afterward. 2 different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. Alright, let's go... Oh man. You know, this is going a lot... I keep stopping and talking. I could have been done with this if I hadn't done that. So, you know what? For now, I think we're going to go ahead, stop things here, and we will continue our investigation of the music venue in the next episode. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.